One of the ways in which objects make programming more efficient is the ability to use one class as the basis for other classes. In other words, our objects and classes can inherit from parents, inherit attributes from parents in the same way that humans can inherit attributes from parents. Those attributes, as far as we're concerned in object-oriented programming, we've already seen them. They are properties and methods. Before we get started, let me just say that I record in high resolution, so don't watch on a blurry screen. Choose high definition if that works for you. Would you like to join a growing group of PHP developers and take your skills to a new level? If that sounds like you, all you need to do is subscribe and click the little notification icon, and welcome. That's what we're going to look at in this recording. We're going to take this account class and extend it with child classes which inherit its properties and methods. So here is our account class again, and we are going to extend it with a checking account. As you can see, the checking account inherits all the base properties and methods without us having to explicitly declare them when we actually create the class. But not only that, the checking account can then declare its own properties and methods. For example, it can have a transfer method, which might be something which is unique to a checking account. Other accounts might not have this functionality. So by doing this, we're saying that it will inherit all the base features of the parent, but it can also have little characteristics, properties and methods which also make it unique. So let's make a start. I'm in the chapter 2 folder and I'm creating a class which will be account.php, and I'm just going to add those properties and methods which we saw on the diagram, and these will be available to all the classes which inherit from this account. So we'll have a public property called account number, we'll have a public property called balance, and then we need to add our 3 methods. So we're not going to add full functionality to our methods, we're just going to echo stuff out just to illustrate what is actually happening. So for the deposit, we'll pass an argument of amount, and then what we'll do is we'll just echo depositing whatever the amount is. And we'll do exactly the same thing for withdraw, and for the get balance what we'll do is we'll just return the balance. So I've taken the liberty of speeding through the editing a bit there. As you can see, withdraw follows the same pattern and get balance just returns this balance. So in order to demonstrate this in the browser, what I'll do is I'll create a file called inheritance.php. Let's change the title to inheritance just to be thorough. And then what I'm going to do is add my opening and closing PHP tag. I'm going to require the account file, and I'll also create an account class, and all I'm doing here is just an initial setup just to call these methods on the account class, and then I'll demonstrate that we can call the exact same methods on a child of the account class. So deposit, we'll pass in just nominal amounts 20, and we'll call withdraw, and we'll pass in 10, and then all we need to do is go over to the browser. I append inheritance PHP onto localhost, and there we go, depositing 20, withdrawing 10. So exactly what we expected. Now let's go and create a child class of the account class, and I'll call it checking account. If you like this video, it's part of a complete course that will teach you everything that a PHP developer needs to know. Click the link below to check it out. So checking account.php, and the way that we inherit is we use the extends keyword. So class checking account extends account. We'll need to require the account class, so we use require once. Typically that's what you'll use when you're importing class files into another one. Now because checking account is extending or inheriting from the account class, we don't actually need to explicitly define any properties or methods here. Those properties and methods will be automatically available to the checking account. So in inheritance PHP, let's require checking account. We'll create a new checking account, and what I'll do is I'll just change the name of account to checking account for these last 2 methods here. I can actually do both of those at once now because I'm using PHP Storm for this recording. And so as you can see, we're using the exact same methods what we did for the account. We've not defined any new methods in our checking account. When I refresh, everything works exactly the same still. Let's now go ahead and add that transfer method, which, if you recall from the diagram, we said this would be a unique method to the checking account. Other accounts might not have this kind of functionality. And so, following the same pattern as we did for our withdraw and deposit methods, we're just going to pass in an amount argument, and then we'll just echo out transferring X amount just for demonstration purposes. And in our inheritance PHP file, we just need to call that method. So checking account transfer, and we'll just say 100 here. Over to the browser, refresh, and there you go. Now this should be obvious to you, but before I move on, I just want to demonstrate that this transfer method will not be available in the parent class. It's only available in the child class. So over in inheritance.php, let's remove these references to checking account, change them to our account class. I'll just rename these to account. Then we need to go over to the browser, refresh. So the first two, deposit and withdraw, work okay, but when we try and call transfer, that's not available to us. Okay, check out this diagram. What I'm illustrating here is that there is no limit to the levels of inheritance. You can inherit as many times as you like, and also horizontally you can have as many classes inherit from the one class as you like. So that's what we're going to demonstrate in this next part by extending the checking account with a premium checking account, and I'm going to let you have a go at this. So here's the instructions. Create a premium checking account class which extends checking account. Give it a public minimum balance property and also give that a default value. Echo out the premium checking account minimum balance in inheritance.php, and then call all of the methods which it inherits. Also do that in inheritance.php. So hopefully you should be okay with that. Here's my solution. So first thing I need to do is create the premium checking account class, which I do like this, and then that needs to extend checking account. I need to require once the checking account.php file, and all we're doing is just adding one public property called minimum balance, and we're going to set a default value so that we can echo that out, and we'll just call it 5,000. So for a premium checking account, that's probably a fairly realistic example. The thing that would make it unique is it would have like a minimum balance. So in our inheritance PHP file, we're requiring premium checking account.php, create the premium checking account, echo out the premium checking account minimum balance, and then call all of the other methods that it's going to inherit. And as you recall, we didn't actually define the properties and methods in the checking account, so it's actually inheriting all the properties and methods from the grandparent from the account via the checking account. So I'll zoom through that a bit, let's refresh. And there you go. So we're echoing out minimum balance 5,000. And we're also calling all the methods that have been inherited. Deposit, withdraw, transfer. That all works. So I hope that was clear. You don't have to try and memorize this because inheritance is so common in object-oriented programming. It's something that we're going to cover over and over again. Why not reach out to me in the comments and tell me what made you watch this video? Maybe there's something that either myself or my subscribers can help you with. If you got value from what you've watched, then give it a thumbs up and don't hesitate to share if you want to help other developers like yourself. That's what good developers do. And finally, if you want YouTube to show you more of my stuff, all you need to do is subscribe and click the little notification icon. I release new material every few days. Details of my schedule can be found on the community tab of my YouTube channel homepage. I'll see you in the next one.